Hey everyone, welcome to Reddit Readout. Today we are checking out True Off My Chest. Story 1. Worried about turning 25. Is it normal to worry about turning 25? I feel like I haven't achieved enough in my 25 years, sad face. Story 2. Working fucking sucks. I know everyone already knows this, but I needed a place to say it. Story 3. I just used $500 that was going towards my 21st to pay a bill and I hate my dad because of it. My dad's been unemployed for almost a year. He applies for jobs here and there but hasn't found anything. He's only applying for jobs he thinks he'll enjoy or will be good at. The rest of us, mum, sister and I, are so tired of supporting him while he sits home all day doing nothing. If I was at home all day having 3 adults pay for my life, the house would be spotless, but no, he just makes a mess that one of us will end up having to clean up. He won't do the dishes, won't fix any of the stuff that's broken, just sits on his ass on his laptop all day. Someone he used to work with even offered him a fairly decent job last week and he turned it down because he used to do it and didn't like it very much, so doesn't want to do it again, but it's a fucking job. It's $600 a week, which is a hell of a lot better than the $0 he's making now. I've been planning my 21st for months. I've been so excited, working extra hours, saving what I can to put anything towards having a nice 21st party with my family and friends, and I've basically just used all of it to pay off the overdue bill for the internet and my parents' phone plans. I don't even care that much about using the internet at home. I can use my mobile data. I mainly paid it because I knew Dad would get frustrated that he couldn't scroll through Facebook and break something eventually. Maybe he'd put a hole through the new TV my sister bought a few months ago after the old one blew up. Maybe he'd rip the fly screen door out and throw it out into the yard again. Who knows? Something would end up getting broken and I'd have to leave the house for a few days just to feel safe. I can't even use my own money that I saved for my 21st. I just wanted a night where I got to feel special, where things got to be about me, where I got to have fun with some extravagant decorations, but fuck me, I guess. Who needs a job when your children can just pick up the bills your wife can't pay on her income alone? Story 4. I have poor table manners. Recently I've become aware of how bad my table manners have become. Since the pandemic, I've stopped dining out as much and have resorted to eating at home. I don't smack on my food or chew with my mouth open, I'm just a sloppy eater due to little social interaction. My mom wasn't raised with table manners, so that became a huge deal with her as she raised us, and it has since become one of my pet peeves alongside hers. I don't know how to stop being so sloppy at the table, and it's become a problem when I do go out to eat, how I sit, eat, and interact with others. I'm embarrassed to say the least and have grown accustomed to inhaling my food like a pelican and drinking like a whale when food goes down too hard. Story 5. My kid is about to cheat on his girlfriend. Background. My 16-year-old is teenagering very hard right now. He had made some poor choices on social media in the past, and so when he set up Instagram, I have it loaded on my phone as well. He is aware of this. As an aside, he also has a spam account and he followed himself, yep, and so I saw some shit he posted driving other kids on a provisional license, drinking at a party when he had the car, etc. Because of this, I did a spot check on his phone and saw all the videos there, so was able to confront him without him, knowing that I had seen his spam account. We've been a slow crawl back to trust. He is also now in counseling starting like a week ago. Current cluster. I happened to open his IG today to do a quick check because I was concerned about some issues this weekend, and I read a message to someone that looks like the friend of a friend, and he told her he is on a break from his girlfriend and wants to hang out. Fat lie. She asked him and he doubled down. I'm very clear it's none of my business, and he needs to deal with his own shit, but I feel absolutely terrible when I see his girlfriend and I'm so disappointed in him. I just have no idea how to handle it. I'm a wreck. Story 6. Whenever I have a beef with the package delivery guy, I mail order a crate of wine. The delivery guy in this neighborhood is pretty obnoxious sometimes. Just throwing packages at people's doors that are later destroyed by rain. Getting angry if you aren't at the door fast enough. I usually sit in the attic and I have 5 floors. You can hear that I'm on my way. Worst moment was recently when there was construction happening and the ambulances to the nearby hospital had to make a detour across a narrow street. The guy had his van parked in the middle of that street. I arrived just in time to see the police arrest him for that after he was arguing with the ambulance driver instead of moving his van out of the way. To get to my front door, there is a stairway that is 1 story high. A couple of months ago I ordered a 20-kilo bag of sand off the internet and the guy looked like he could kill me after he had dragged that bag to my front door. Ever since, whenever I see this guy acting like an entitled asshole, I will order a crate of wine from the internet. They usually contain 6 to 8 bottles and with the glass and wood the packages are like 8 to 10 kilos. It's my little microaggression and it makes me feel satisfied to see him carry those crates up the stairs every time. Story 7. 19 had a baby and I'm so done. I can only post here as it's anonymous for me but when I first had my baby she was a dream baby, slept 4 hours a night between feeds since she was newborn. Now it's 5 to 6, she's 10 weeks old so that's the maximum I'll let her do right now. She only ever cried when she needed something like changing, feeding or a bit of attention. And in the past few days she's been a nightmare. Today she's been crying for 6 hours. My mother went up to settle her for me again and got her to sleep and I'm watching the baby monitor. She's now awake and I'm just waiting for her to scream again. I feel like a shit mom. It's like every time I touch her for the past few days she screams. My boyfriend makes her quiet and happy instantly, so does my mother. And I can't do it, I'm so depressed and even though I am surrounded by people I've never felt more alone in my life. I hate my life right now. I don't know if I even made the right decision to have a baby when I clearly suck at being a mom. I love her so much but I feel like she hates my guts. I'm constantly tired, constantly crying. I'm eating nothing because I'm so depressed. I can't have antidepressants, the last time I got them they did nothing for my mood and just made me feel nausea and grind my teeth. Therapist lists are so long it seems daunting even signing up and even if I did what time would I have to go? I feel so bad for saying this but I can't wait until she's nursery age so I can get a few hours break. I feel like I'm not even a person anymore. All I am is a mother and it's killing me. It's killing me cause I love her to absolute pieces, I'd kill for her, but she seems to hate me. She seems happy as hell whenever anyone else holds her. Not even fazed when I'm gone for an hour to go to the shop or my driving lesson. I feel like a complete failure. I feel like it's going to be like this for months. I dread my boyfriend going to work now. Even thought I live with my mother, brother, and little sister. They offer so much help but I don't want to burden them. I made the choice to have a child, not them. I just don't know what to do anymore. Story 8. I slept with stepfather while he lived with my mother. Hello, everyone. The title says pretty much all I wanted to say. I lived with my grandma since I was 1 year old. My mother and father were immature idiots and were relieved when grandma offered to raise their child. Once in 2 years grandma and I had a vacation. We flew to the city where my mother lived. Mother and father got divorced when I was 1 yo. When I finished high school I moved to mother's home. That is when I discovered that my mother, 38 yo, lives with a 32 yo man. Pretty soon after I arrived, a couple of months, my stepfather decided that he wants to FCK that 16 yo girl. I was 16 yo at the time and a virgin, he didn't care about the consequence. He used the fact that I was lonely, in a new town, with no friends. He had a car fixing business so his schedule was very flexible. I was not close with my mother and she was constantly absent 1-2 HIURS shifts, and for some reason, now I know why, was freaking jealous and lashing out at me for any given reason. All that made it easy for my stepfather to talk me into having sex with him. So every day when mother went to work I run to their bed and we had sex. In 2 years they broke up because he was POS, obviously. We continued to meet and it looked like I dated my stepfather. I was really lonely. She caught us together cruising in the car a couple of months after the breakup and realized that we are probably sleep together. So mother went crazy. But not how everyone expects. She went crazy on me. She hated me and forced me to leave. And told everyone, friends, and family that her daughter slept with her stepfather. My mother still, 20 years later, doesn't know that I slept with that man for much longer than just a couple of months and that it was going on for 2 years while he lived with us. But now I'm 36 yo and understand how f up it was. And that bunch of adults failed that lonely girl. Thank you if you have strength to read all of that. I'm not a native speaker and used Grammarly to correct mistakes. Story 9. I'm realizing I was probably drugged. TW. This happened a few years back and I'm just starting to process what happened and feel that I need to get this out because it's really weighing on me lately. I struggled with substance use as a teen/young adult and was in and out of recovery all the time. I found my way finally, don't worry. This happened one night when I was pissed off at my then partner for driving my car high and crashing it. We had promised each other abstinence and he did that, so I decided I'd go have a few drinks at the bar across the street. This was a college town so there were a lot of people out. I didn't have friends at the time so I went alone, unfortunately not safe for a woman. I had a few mixed drinks, chatted with some people, and went out for a smoke. All of a sudden I started to feel really drunk. I'm blacking in and out a little bit, but I'm good at faking sober so I'm still chatting with the people outside. Next thing I knew, some guy grabs my arm and starts walking me down the street. I thought he wanted to chat or something but I realized the purpose with which he was walking and we were starting to go way farther from the group than I was comfortable with. I turned myself around to try to go back but he keeps dragging me, now backwards. In my confusion I finally realize what's happening and I start saying I don't know you, I don't want to go with you, I don't know you, trying to muster up enough strength to get away but realizing there's no way. So I just try my hardest to say these words loud enough for the group to hear. He had started pulling me toward a car. I don't remember all that ensued after that, but a man got between us and started to walk me the other way. I'm very confused and blacking in and out but I tell him I don't know that guy and I don't want to go with him. He said he saw me from inside the bar and whatever was going on didn't look right. He kissed me, this was fucking annoying. I think he wanted to play out some hero arc or something, but I was just happy to have gotten away from the scary man. He offered to walk me home, and knowing my BF was up and I couldn't walk I said yes. When we got there my BF was on the couch and I remember not having the strength to stand up by myself so I just crumpled to the ground. I had to crawl to the bathroom but, TMI, I didn't have the strength to pull my pants down so I just peed myself. Like I said earlier, I was a frequent substance user. I'd been to the hospital and treatment multiple times for alcohol use at that point. Never in my life had I been so drunk I couldn't get my pants down, never in my life have I peed myself, never in my life have I had to crawl because I couldn't walk. My BF at the time was so mad at me for drinking like that so I blamed myself for the whole thing. It didn't occur to me until recently that I was probably drugged by the man who dragged me down the street. I've had a lot of bad shit happen to me so I think it took me this long to really process this because I was busy processing everything else. My now friends don't really have the capacity to listen to all my traumas so I don't feel comfortable telling them about it, which is why I posted here. I don't really know what the scary man was planning and I'm glad I didn't find out this time. That's all for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.